Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And you know we gotta go ahead and do our Friday night Smackdown review. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into it, man. This episode, yet another sloppy episode, man. One thing I will say is that the opening segment, at least it was slightly different than from what we normally get. At least we had them go outside the arena for a change. You know, they never do things like this. So, you know, I'm always going to, big up them where, they do something right. But this episode, once again, had absolutely nothing special. I mean, the majority of the episode was skinny fat jobbers doing flips and dips and dives in the ring. Like, that was the majority of the show. We had DIY versus fucking Fraxium. We had fucking JD McDonough versus Ilya Dragunov, and fucking Finn Balor versus Penta. Like, these are not, like, these three matches on one single card is beyond me, especially since they all went 15 plus minutes. You know what I'm saying? 3 commercial breaks between each match. You know what I mean? This is way too much. This is way too much jobbery on one fucking night. All right. I was hoping that with the starting segment that they would, that would be something that we could, thread throughout the night, as I always talk about. Just thread the story throughout the night. I always talk about this, and no, they did not do that. Middle of the show, in like smack dab in the middle of the show, or by the time the show is like at the halfway point, this storyline is already done for, right? Carmelo Hayes has his match with Bronson Reed. We get drama, fucking Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, they come out to help. Then here comes Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, right? They come out to help, and then Cody Rhodes cuts that fucking boring, awful-ass promo. We're going to talk about it, all right? We're going to get into everything that happened tonight, man. It was just like, I'm not impressed by anything that's going on right now, man. There's nothing happening, man. And I got to talk about Nick Aldis, man. Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce are just two of the worst characters in television history, man. It's just like, what does Nick Aldis do? Besides booking matches, what the fuck does Nick Aldis do? It seems like Nick Aldis doesn't have the power for anything, and I'm going to be dropping a whole separate video on this, I promise you. I already recorded it. I was going to drop it today, but I was having issues. I don't know what the fuck was going on with it. It just was not trying to let me drop it, but it is what it is. I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. Or today, depending on when this video does drop. So, Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce, man, they absolutely do nothing, and they're on the side of the babyface, and this just makes the authority, like, I guess you can have one authority figure that's a face, and then the other authority figure that's a heel, and then, you know what I mean, that can be a dynamic between the two shows. But at the very least, there needs to be one heel general manager. There needs to be. These stale sons of bitches that are just going along with whatever the baby faces want, this is boring, man. Like, Drew McIntyre said it a couple of weeks ago, where he's talking about Cody being the corporate champ and how that used to be a bad thing. And, I was thinking that maybe, hopefully, is a thread that may be analyzed in the further weeks to come. But no, we just dropped that, and Cody is the corporate champ, and that just is a good thing for some reason. Like, we're never going to address this. Nick Aldis is going to be the lapdog for Cody Rhodes and whatever he wants. He's standing outside his door acting like a fucking bodyguard, or standing outside the doctor's office, I should say, acting like a bodyguard when the Vision walk up, right? Like, and when the Vision walk up, and he's like, this isn't War Games. This is Smackdown. If Bronson Reed didn't already have a match and my hands were tied, I would have you suspended. This, that. Like, that's all you can do? You can just suspend people? Nick Aldis needs to be something just better than what he is right now, man. There's a better way to book Nick Aldis. And like I said, there's going to be a longer video on this. It's going to be how to book these general managers, because Nick Aldis, he has so much potential, man, to be an actual force in the backstage area if that's what you're going to make him do. If you're going to make this man who is literally like 5 times bigger than majority of the roster, like 95% of the roster is smaller than Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis towers over fucking everybody. And the fact that he's, just relegated to a backstage role is kind of ridiculous to me. It really is. He could be that guy, but you have to make him something better than that. You know what I mean? You have to make him something different. You can't just have him just be a fucking suit, man. That's boring. It's boring, and it shows up every single week. It's boring. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't have any characteristics that make him stand out from Adam Pearce, apart from Adam Pearce, man. Nothing. They do the same shit. Why are both of their hands tied when it comes to shit like this? Why don't they have any recourse for Paul Heyman? Paul Heyman is like he just gets to do whatever the fuck he wants just because he's a double Hall of Famer, I guess. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, Paul Heyman should still be able to get his ass draped up, right? He should be able to be suspended too. He should be able to have punishments handed down upon him if that's what they're going to do. And then let him break the rules, not fucking finding loopholes in contracts. Like, what kind of fucking corporate garbage is this? Oh, I found a loophole in the contract that allows me to, like, what the fuck? Come on now. Let them break the rules, because that's what heels are supposed to do. They're supposed to be rule breakers and they're supposed to shake shit up, but they don't shake anything up. They just go along with the book, man. Everybody follows the book. Everybody. Just gets annoying to watch on a week-to-week basis, man. So we start off with the Vision segment, man. Like I said, so Paul Heyman, he comes out. You got Logan Paul, you got Bronson Reed, and you got Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman. And this group, it just doesn't work, especially with Logan. It does not work. It does not work. This does not fit. I don't like they don't look like a unit. They look like a ragtag group of individuals that were thrown together last minute, because that's basically what this team is, right? They're just a ragtag group of individuals with a semi-similar goal, you know what I mean? Like, and that goal is just to win war games. For what? What is it going to prove? What is it going to bring them? Is there a stipulation here involved? No. And Paul Heyman lets us know this. It's just 5 of the top baby faces in the company versus 5 of the top heels in the company. That's it. That is all. That is what this match is. There's nothing more to it and nothing less to it. It's 5 baby faces versus 5 heels in a match in 2 cages, and they're going to be locked in the cage together. It's going to be tsunami. That's it. That's what this match is going to be. That's what Paul Heyman explained to us when he came out tonight, man. So as Logan Paul is getting ready to cut his part of the promo, we get interrupted, of course, by somebody, and that will be the Usos. Okay, the Usos come out. Thank God they didn't come from the top of the entrance and yeet with the audience for the first 10 minutes of the show, because I was expecting that, but they didn't do that. So thank you. They didn't. Thank God they didn't do that shit. Okay. They come out, they basically say that nobody wants to hear what Logan Paul has to say, and that, they just whooped their asses last week, or, on Monday night, which is very true, right? And then Paul Heyman is like, I don't know why you would come out here alone, or come out here by yourselves. I taught you when you were in the bloodline that numbers are everything. The numbers advantage is everything. And if I don't know if you can count, but there's 1, 2, 3 of them, and there's 2 of you. You're about to get your ass kicked. And then the Usos are like, well, you think we're gonna come alone? You think we came alone? Cody Rhodes' music hits. And I'm like, oh, please no. Let us not do exactly what we did last week, just in reverse, basically. You know what I mean? Like, let's not do that. But a little bit different, all right, this time around. So Cody, the camera pans, on the Titantron, and it pans to Cody Rhodes' tour bus. And Drew McIntyre walks off the bus. Behind him is a bloodied up Cody Rhodes. Not super like crazy anything. Just, a little like blackened eye a little bit, and a little bit of blood on the side of his face. All right. So After that, the Usos run off. They try to, run after and find Cody. And then we go to commercial. Come back from commercial. They're out there, they got the medic team. They got the Usos there, right? Fucking the Usos, they're trying to get Cody right. And then Drew McIntyre drives by and he says, like, that's what you get, or some shit. I don't remember exactly what Drew said, but he was like, he yelled something out to Cody and the Usos, and then he drives off. All right, so this is all great. I love all of this. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Yes, it's surface level, right? And we could go deeper, which is what I was hoping was going to happen next. You know what I mean? Like, I was legitimately giving this a chance. I'm like, okay, we're starting off a little different. We're starting off hot this time. Let's keep this going. You know what I mean? Let's keep this going. What's the next segment? What are we doing next after this, right? And after we get this segment that I actually enjoyed and it's been a long time. Let me tell you, it's been a long time since I've enjoyed anything on one of these shows. So I was very happy about this, right? I'm like, yes, let's see what's next. Ilya Dragunov's open challenge. Oh my goodness. Got to get ready for this nonsense, man. Ilya Dragunov. And then here comes JD Fathead McDonough. I'm talking that boy's head, that boy dome ridiculous, man, when he came out with the lights behind him. I'm about to put the pain on you. That song should say, I'm about to put the brain on you, because that boy got a brain in his dome piece. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, this match, long as fuck for no reason. 1,000 fucking false finishes for no reason. They're doing all these dumbass moves to each other, brain busters and fucking all these high flying ass moves. And here's the thing, man. I'm watching this shit and I'm seeing all these false finishes, and it just makes me think that these two dudes are weak as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are weak as shit. They're doing all these crazy ass moves, and they can't keep a motherfucker down for 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Like, this is where the show really just took that downward turn with Ilya's open challenge, because Ilya is not a compelling champion. He doesn't do anything but fight, right? Like, that's all he does. Could be fun if he actually had a character and actually had dialogue with other people backstage beyond just, oh, I don't fight jackasses, I only fight honorable people. Like, what the fuck is that, man? I thought this was an open challenge, and you're turning people down. Like, Tommaso Ciampa is correct in this situation, and Tommaso Ciampa, once again, you know what I mean? The heel is right in the situation. Like, the heel has justifiable reason to be upset, and the baby faces, they just get to do whatever the fuck they want because they're baby faces. I don't get it. I genuinely don't get it, man. Why do the general managers allow the baby faces to run rampant over the WWE roster? It doesn't make any sense. The baby faces get to do any fucking thing they want. They get to interrupt any match they want. They get to beat up the heels as much as they want. They can attack heels. They can jump the heels. They can do any fucking thing they want. There was a time where Rhea Ripley got carte blanche from the referee to beat the shit out of Dominic Mysterio, who was hanging by his leg from a shark cage with a fucking kendo stick, of all things. She's beating this man with a kendo stick, and the ref talking about, yeah, go ahead, you deserve it. Like, what the fuck? This has been happening for too long, where the babyfaces, they just get to do whatever. You know what I mean? So, and that was just just another situation here. It's just the same situation here, I should say, with Ilya Dragunov and his title reign. You know what I mean? Nick Aldis cradling his nutsack, letting him do whatever the fuck he wants. It's an open challenge, but not so open, because not everybody can participate. Because if you're a jackass, then you can't participate. It doesn't make sense. Anyways, after this, we move on. Of course, we had, our commercial. Then we come back to Nick Aldis backstage. He's getting interviewed by one of the brunette fucking reporters back there. And she just asks, oh, what's wrong with Cody? Is Cody okay? Nick Aldis is like, no, I can't really say anything as of right now. All I can say is he's being evaluated by the doctor. So that's all I have for you right now. Excuse me, because he sees the Vision. He says, excuse me to the brunette, and he walks over to the Vision, and he's like, I don't know what you're doing. I should have your head for what you did. Drew's not allowed on my show still. I don't understand. And Paul Heyman echoes what Michael Cole and Corey Graves said earlier on in the show after Drew attacked Cody, which is, well, Drew wasn't in the building. Drew's not in the arena. Drew was outside, but I already asked Drew to leave out of respect for you, you know? And then he's like, well, you're lucky that Bronson Reed has a match tonight. Otherwise, you'd all be banned from the show tonight. Like, why not still ban Braun Breaker and fucking Paul Heyman? Why not still ban them? Oh no, I guess that would just be too logical. I guess, you know what I mean? Oh, Bronson Reed, I want you to go out there and you got to handle business by yourself. That would just be too logical, right? The bullshit schmozzery has to happen here in a minute, so we have to let that shit go on, right? There was also a segment with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss because, of course, they, you know, we're rehashing this shit. This is the women's War Games match, so we're gonna have to deal with this for the next couple of weeks, man. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, they're backstage, and Charlotte's like, you know, I'm just doing this for you. I'm not doing this for Rhea or Io. I'm just doing this for you because you're my best friend, this, that, and the other. Alexa opens up a door. There goes Io and Rhea sitting in a lounge in the arena somewhere. So they're back there. They're in a lounge, and Alexa walks Charlotte in, and she's like, all right, you two have a bunch to talk about. Her and Io walk off, and then, you know, Rhea Ripley stands up. That's that segment. At this you know, this threads a little bit throughout the night. So I don't care about this. I don't care about the women's War Games match, just like I don't care about the men's War Games match. Neither one of them have a story. Like neither one of them have a story, man. Neither one of the teams have like conflicts of interest or like nothing is going on. Everybody is just hunky-dory on both teams, even though it doesn't make sense. Brock Lesnar would never, like, when's the last time you seen Brock Lesnar team up with anybody? Anybody. Last time we saw Brock Lesnar team up with somebody, it was Cody Rhodes, right? Remember this? He was about to team up with Cody Rhodes in a match it was going to be him and Cody Rhodes versus the Roman Reigns and I want to say Solo Sikoa, maybe. That's what I want to say it was. I want to say it was Solo Sikoa. It's supposed to be Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes and fucking Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, and I want to say Solo. And before the match happened, Brock Lesnar turned on Cody Rhodes. So we never got that match, right? Like, this is the last time I seen Brock Lesnar team up with anybody. This was never explained why he just decided to come. And it wasn't explained tonight either in the promo. Brock wasn't there. CM Punk wasn't there. Roman obviously was not here tonight. Like, none of the major stars that brought people in on Monday are here tonight, right? So, yeah, man, it's just really hard. It's hard to care about this War Games match, man. So we had a couple more matches throughout the evening. As I said before, man, we had the match between damn, why am I spacing? I mean, obviously I'm spacing because this shit is, you know, garbage. But we had Bronson Reed versus Carmelo Hayes, right? I believe that was the next match. So this match, it was a decent match or whatever, you know. Bronson, it made sense, which is why I say it was a decent match, right? Matches have to make sense for me these days. That's the first thing, if it doesn't make sense or not, right? And this match made sense. Bronson Reed got most of the offense in. The only offense that Carmelo Hayes was really getting in was like sneaky stuff, really, you know, off the cuff things where, you know, like Bronson Reed would make a small mistake or a miscalculation, and then Carmelo Hayes would have to take advantage of those things, because besides that, Carmelo Hayes was getting his ass whooped, right? But then we get the schmozzery, man. We got Braun Breaker and Logan Paul. They come out and they're interrupting in the match, fucking distracting the referee, causing havoc. The referee's not kicking them out for whatever reason. Like, the referees, they just pick and choose when they want to kick people out. It's ridiculous. Some people are able to, you know, fuck around the entire match, and then other people are able to fuck around for like 2 seconds and then they're out, right? Like, so yeah, they were out. The rest of the division was out, causing problems for Carmelo Hayes, and then the men's War Games participants, the Usos, came out, right? And then Cody Rhodes came out towards the end and gave Bronson Reed a crossroads, and Carmelo Hayes ends up winning by countout. So that's nice. Carmelo Hayes gets to move on. I figured Carmelo Hayes was going to win this match. I was just interested to see how he was going to win it because, during the match, what's his name? Michael Cole was basically saying that, Carmelo Hayes, he's from Boston, or he's from the Boston area. John Cena's from the Boston area, so John Cena took a liking to him. So I was like, okay, so he's definitely going over in this match, and it wouldn't make sense for Bronson Reed to go over in this match anyways because he has the War Games match, all that stuff, right? So I'm happy that Carmelo Hayes won. This is a plus for me. I have nothing bad to say about that. After that, I believe we had the little vignette, right? It was a little vignette with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. Basically, Rhea Ripley just tells Charlotte Flair, look, here's the thing. I know you don't trust me. We had our thing. Our thing was about being the best in the world. I wanted to prove I was the best. You wanted to prove you were the best. That may happen again down the line, but for now, we have to stick together. If there was anybody I would want to go to war with, I would say Charlotte Flair. And then Charlotte Flair just stands up, looks at her and says, yes, you can. And then Rhea Ripley says, okay, well, you can trust me too. And then they shake hands. And then that's that. Yay. So much excitement, man. And then there's a backstage segment with Ilya Dragunov. He's still selling the neck injury that, he had, got during the match with JD McDonough. Yeah, there we go. Earlier on in the night. So yeah, he's still selling that, and he's walking backstage. Tama Tonga walks up on him. I'm like, oh my goodness, is Tama Tonga gonna go after the fucking IC champ, or the United States champion? It's not a bad thing, I guess, you know what I mean, for him to go after it, but it's what the fuck is he gonna, what? And it's just an Oprah challenge, you know what I mean? So it's not like there's going to be a story involved. He's just gonna pop up one day and ask for a match, I guess, but can you make this title any less important? You know what I mean? So there was that. And then also fucking what's-his-face, Tommaso Ciampa also walked up on Ilya, said some words to him. Ilya calls him a jackass, and then we move on. All right. After that, we had a match with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY versus Fraxium. This match was a snooze fest. I did not give a fuck about this match at all. At all. Not even in the slightest. The way that this match was won is because Candice LeRae snatched off Axiom's mask, and, luchador tradition, that's just the worst fucking possible thing that could happen to you. So he covers up his face, he takes the pinfall, and then that's that. We move the fuck on. After that, there was a match between Finn Balor and Penta. Once again, another match nobody could possibly give a fuck about. The only headline from this segment is just basically that both Judgment Day members lost in singles competition this evening. They were just in a match with John fucking Cena. They were in the last match that John Cena is ever going to have on Monday Night Raw, and then they lose. They both lose back to back on Friday Night Smackdown the same damn week. Insanity. All right. After that, I don't remember anything that happened after that. I don't think there was another backstage segment. I think the only thing that happened after that was just a fucking basically the babyface women's team, they came out, right? Babyface women's team, they came out. They fucking basically just introduced themselves. Rhea Ripley, introduces everybody how kind of Paul Heyman did last week. They literally did the same thing that they did last week. They literally did the same fucking thing. The only difference this week is that instead of Drew McIntyre, it was AJ Lee. Or instead of Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar, it was just one entrant and it was AJ Lee. All right, that was the only difference here. But the same shit happened. Okay, it was the same exact shit. It's just for the women this time. I'm going to introduce all the girls. We're going to introduce our fifth member. The heels are going to attack. The heels will introduce their fifth member. And then the show is going to go off the air. And that's what we had this evening. So, like I said, we started off decent enough. I was willing to give this show a shot. But it all went downhill so fucking fast. So fast. And it started off with the Ilya Dragunov Open Challenge match. And I said it before, I gotta say it, it's just not working, man. Ilya Dragunov is not that fucking guy. He's not that guy. I don't care how many cool moves he can do in the fucking ring. Can he tell a story? What is the story? Can somebody explain to me what the story is? What is it? Oh my God. Like, it doesn't, there's no story anywhere. Nowhere on the card is there a storyline. The closest thing that we have to a storyline on the card, which is absolutely crazy, is with the Women's War Games match with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley's little fucking schism that they're having. But even that's already nipped in the bud. They're good now, right? This was just a thing for 1 week. 1 week and 1 week only, where they were having, a little bit of issues here and there. Oh, I don't want to face this. I don't want to be on the same team with this person. Oh, but Charlotte, you should. Okay, I'll be on the same team with this person then. Since you say I should, I can do that. What is this, man? What is this low effort garbage content that people are trying to say is awesome, man? Like, what? And then Cody Rhodes, of course, with his little dumbass promo where he says absolutely nothing. Historically speaking, a Steiner has never been better than a Rhodes. Shut up, man. Who's popping for this? Who's like, yep, that's a great line. The only line from that whole promo that he cut that was actually somewhat decent was where he was talking about Paul Heyman. He says, you faced all, or you built all these guys that I done faced, and the only thing I say is like, if you build them, I'll beat them, basically. Like, that was the most decent line that he had, and even then, that's corny, right? Who cares, man? Like, what is the story here? I'm thinking that there may be some kind of storyline that could pop up from what happened earlier, but no storyline. And it's not a story that Cody got attacked. It's something that happened. Like, it is just a thing that happened. That is not a story. It's not a storyline. Attacks happen all the fucking time in this company. They just did it in a different area this time, which is still good. I mean, I'm going to give them credit for at least doing it in a different area, doing it outside the arena for a fucking change, right? Going outside and, adding a little bit more production value to it. But that's it. It was still just an attack. Just an attack. And we didn't even get to see it. It's not like we got to see fucking Cody dirty in his bus. Now that would have been a fucking sight to see. Seeing Drew fucking drape Cody up in his bus and fucking have Cody hit every fucking wall in that motherfucker. Slam him on every single table in that bitch. Toss him to and fro. That would be a sight to see. But we didn't even get to see that. We just got to see Cody slightly bloodied up with a slightly blackened eye. And that's it. There's your quote unquote storyline. Oh, the people are gonna love this. No, I'm not impressed, Triple H. And then also, of course, to end it off again, it's like the last 6 out of 8 shows ended off with women. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, it wouldn't be a bad thing if they were actually entertaining out there, but they're not, man. They're just yapping. Just yapping, man, and then brawling. They yap and brawl. That's all everybody does. They just yap and brawl. That's what we're gonna call this WWE. This is yap and brawl entertainment. All right, that's what this shit is now. So, let me know what y'all thought about this show down in the comments below, and like and subscribe if you want to hear some more. I'm gonna give this show. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10, man. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 10. That's how I'm feeling today. That's what this show was. It was a shit show. All right. The cock tease was ridiculous in this show. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10 because Carmella Hayes won. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 10. The cock tease, it did too much for me. Chelsea Green didn't get her celebration like she was supposed to. Jade Cargill was on the show for like 2.5 seconds. She's the women's world heavyweight, or the women's WWE champion. That's inexcusable, right? Just all these different factors that come into play here for that 2 out of 10 rating. Okay. Then there's no storyline, right? Like, if there's an actual storyline that threads throughout the night, then we can actually give this motherfucker at least a higher rating. I'm trying to give a Raw or Smackdown a 4 or 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 at the very least. You know what I'm saying? But they're not compelling me. That's what it is. I must be compelled. So like I said, let me know what y'all thought about this show down in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to hear some more. And this has been your boy, Nate the Great, back with another video. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.